here we go. What up, YouTube? My name is Riz Ill, and today we are back on the channel with another comedy reaction. And today I'm gonna make a second attempt and a second. Actually, it's not an attempt, bro. I'm saying attempt because honestly speaking, my last first time reaction to Patrice O'Neal didn't go well in terms of viewership, but I did enjoy what he has to say. His name is prolific in these streets, man. Everyone is always talking about Patrice O'Neal in the comedy circles or whatever, man. They always referencing to his shit. And hey, I think one of my friends hit me up, guys. It's always weird when my friends like hit me up and say they just saw my shit or they just paid attention to my content or my music and stuff. That's always weird. It's always wholesome when strangers do it. When friends and family do it, it's freaking weird. But he hit me up and told me, "Oh, I saw your Patrice O'Neal reaction. You know, do more, do more." And I was like, "Dude, you freaking me out." We're gonna be doing Patrice O'Neal pause. I'm a racist, but and then in brackets it says go back to Africa. As an African, it's going to be interesting to see. So without further ado, let's get to it.
So how many people getting sick of the Hindu obstacle course at the airport? It's just, it's, I mean, I'm a racist, but it's getting, and I don't mind foreigners, but don't be from your country. Like, it's okay to be originally from there, like your parents and grandparents, but you can't be from India and evil devil for my evil devil ID. You know what the I know I'm American. I gotta be more American than you, because I don't know evil devil ID, boarding pass. Man, I know my voice proves I'm American. Like, I need an American voice to ask me for my shit, but you can't get rid of the double day dudes, because they're amazing. Like, who else will work at a 24-hour Brooklyn gas station with no bulletproof vests and no gun? And curse niggas out if they don't have less than a 50. You need something small, please. Double day. You can't get rid of them because they do jobs nobody else is going to do. That's why you can't. Listen, what is this thing where we trying to get Mexicans out of this country? Who else is going to work without Mexicans? And who else is going to work? Who else would drive a bicycle on the highway? Who else would ride a bicycle on the highway against traffic to deliver you a panini sandwich for lunch?
Yeah.
On time. Who else gonna kick in your hotel door to make your bed besides some little Mexican woman who has an ethic? She has to make your bed. I have to make, hello, and she knocks and she fucking punches the door, and she scares the shit out, she kicks the fucking door, and the chain is on. Hello, and you're like, miss, the chain is on, I'm alive, the chain's on the door. You don't have, ma'am, please, I must make your bed, I must make your bed, please, 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 oh, you pull out a fucking ideal meal shit, please, and she's trying to squeeze in through the space, through the chain space, like, hello, I must make it, hello. I wish I never traveled for real, because I would like to just never have traveled outside this country, and then I could hate America and be happy, you know what I'm saying? But I traveled, and now I like America, but I still hate. It's weird. I hate it, but it's nowhere better because all I got to really deal with is racist crackers like that, and that's it's funny because like black people really don't look at white people with like you're the oppressor anymore. It's just something we do. It's just like we like not liking white people, and white people like not liking us. It's like that's just what we do. It's just. Because I'm not going nowhere, and I'll kill a motherfucker you tell me to go like back to Africa. But listen, I'm talking to black people. Stop that fucking horse shit. That go back to the African shit. First of all, Africans don't like black people. That's first of all. They don't like us. And what the fuck am I gonna do in Africa? Besides fighting some war, wearing sweatpants and tuxedo shoes with a fucking fucking machete in my hand with a pair of fucking tuxedo shoes and a knife, and fighting some goofy ass fucking war. Fuck it.
That's some bullshit. Not all of us are at war. And hey, bro, how much is there to unpack over here? Do I even remember freaking everything that he said, bro? I'm so invested. Hey, bro, what did he start? Okay, he started with the Indian accents and like you have to be originally from here. I'm a racist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or should I just start with the end with what was memorable, guys? What should I comment on, man? Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. Listen, in terms of like I think it shit has changed up since whenever he did this. This looks like it comes from like the 90s or something, like the early 2000s. I don't know when he did this, but yeah, especially like back then, there was not much going for the rest of the world compared to America. That's why the rest of the world was running to America. Comedians can't really say that now because like there's Americans escaping America because of the the high standard of living, basically speaking. You know, you see it every day, like viral news. This person has moved out of America. It's too expensive. These people done this and that. I think there's a couple living on a cruise ship right now all year round because like the way they've set up their finances and their budget, it's cheaper for them to just stay on the cruise ship and sail for the whole year, for the rest of their lives, than actually live in America, bro. like like there's a woman I saw in another one. She moved to Italy just to be able to buy a house, a black woman. And you know how Italy, some parts of Italy, they going through this whole anti-African immigrant sentiment. You know, um so for her to move all the way to Italy of all places, and there's Italians over here who are running away from Italy because it's too hard over there in terms of the job market. They are running here to where I'm from, Kenya. They are outside right now. They live in my area. They are everywhere. For for an American to then turn around after Italians are running out of Italy and then run to Italy just to be able to afford a house, it's kind of crazy, guys. You know, it's no longer those golden days where like America like was like this perfect human being who never took a shit or a piss. You know, I'm salty as fuck for that for that fight in a war shit. Fuck you. But hey, bro, what else? Now, first off, in terms of that, I've said this before. I do a lot of like blog story posts and everything, and talk about like various things on my social media. And I've addressed this before in terms of Americans always saying African people don't like us. Nah, dude. Black people, us all over the world in general, just don't like each other. I've said this before. Like Americans, first off, African Americans, there have been numerous stories from Africans that actually live in America about how uncomfortable and how like African Americans make like insult them and make them feel like not at home, or they're racist to them or whatever, or like they grow up with like kids like calling them all kinds of names and like basically degrading them for their skin color or the fact that they're from Africa, you spear chucker and all of that. Like people have like I even saw like one thing. Fuck man, someone is beating this kid. I even saw this one thing about uh a foreigner in America, an African immigrant, who said like the only reason she has so many white friends is because whenever she would hang out with African Americans, they'd be like they'd sort of discriminate against her and like do like jokes that were very disparaging and very like insulting and all of that, and diss her culture or her her skin color or whatnot. That's why she was more comfortable with the white people. Not that white people don't do that shit, but they're less likely to do that shit. Not less likely, but there's more of like a scope on white people like all over the world to make sure they're not being racist due to their prolific reputation for racism in terms of everything that has transpired. Even though every single human in the world, like in terms of creed, we all have people within us that are heavily racist of all color. Um, but yeah, and I could relate to that story very well because sorry to get this deep on a comedy reaction, but yeah, that's how I grew up, guys. Like for me, it wasn't white people. I never grew up around white people, but I grew up around a lot of Indians, and I mostly hung out with Indians growing up because one, like that's who we started with in terms of moving to South Africa, and two, um, despite me being used to them because that's who we started with in terms of landing in South Africa and everything. Um, they never left me out of shit. They never like yes, there was racism in within the Indian community. There is racism within the Indian community, but majority of the time, like I was always included and invited and like brought into shit. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with the black people, like they'd always leave you out. They'd be very like they'd be very exclusionary. They'd be one, two, three, four, five. Honestly speaking, especially like the black kids and stuff, they'd always like and honestly that's a thing within our culture where it's called like we're heavily like tribal. Like forget just Africans, like you were black Americans saying we don't like you. We as black people, as you can see from everything I've said, we just don't like each other in terms of like we have this little rivalry with each other. Because even when we talk about each other's tribes within Africa, we all have like certain prejudices or certain discriminatory like things we say about each other's tribes. Like Africa is not really united at all in terms of the mindsets of people, in terms of our social dynamics, honestly speaking. Like we all have this like different shit. Sometimes we are told not to marry within our people or marry like a certain tribe, but we must rather go and find like a white person and marry them than marry this tribe or that tribe. We are like that, bro. So tribalism, it's more of like a tribalism thing, and or we all collectively we hate black Americans. Oh, we hate you black Americans. Fuck you. It's not like that. And I hope no one like cuts that and starts like putting it into some kind of meme in the future. But yeah, man, it's not that, guys. Like honestly speaking, it's like a thing. It's like the Bloods and the Crips and all this other shit that you see in America in terms of American news and American gangs and everything, laying claims to streets that belong to the government. It doesn't even belong to them, but like and getting it's a thing, guys. Tribalism is a thing within black people. So black Americans who see this, that is my response to that. It's not that oh we hate you and you must feel hated and stuff, but it's just like us as black people, we have this thing against each other that I can further discuss with you guys if you want. But that's just me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notifications, and thank you for joining me today, guys. That yeah, Dashi blows or whatever. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm in the building and I ain't it as a squatter. I'm a shooter, I might rob ya. Pass the marinara, hot as ever like Maracha. When I pull up, bitch, I'm proper. Call my old professor, nigga, call my alma mater.